I'm Adam Cove. We're here at beautiful Pope's Island Marina in New Bedford, and today we're going to walk you through how to do a pump out. Depending on the marina, some pump outs are attended, others are unattended. If it's unattended, you can go ahead and just use the equipment freely. If it's attended, you want to go ahead and give them a call. To remove the deck plate, you want to use a tool. And open it slowly. In the event that there is a clog in your vent, it could be a minor explosion. That's never any fun. So this one is coming off just fine, no issues. And once you have it off, you can just kind of set it to the side there. And you're ready for putting in a fitting. There's a couple different options here, depending on what you have. Ideally, you'll use a threaded fitting. There's standard 1.5" and 1.25" fittings. Those can screw right in. In the event that those don't actually work, you can use one of these two options. Those will form a seal right on the fitting itself. To remove the fitting, swap it out for another one. All you have to do is release these two cam locks, take the fitting right off, then you can swap it in for another one of your choice. Now every blackwater tank is equipped with a vent. That vent on this boat is located right here. It's very important that you keep that vent clear as well as the hose leading up to it. If that becomes clogged, as you start sucking effluent out of the tank, it's possible the tank could start to collapse, and it would certainly stop flow at the very least. So make sure to keep that clear and working properly. So depending on the pump out setup, you may or may not see the pump. In this particular installation, the pump is underneath this enclosure. And then right behind me over here, this is the hose stand. And this is the working part of the pump that we'll be using for the pump out today. So we're going to start by uncoiling the hose entirely. If you don't uncoil it, you could get some air trapped in the hose and that'll affect your pump out. So we're going to take all this right off. All right, on the end of the hose we have our pump out fittings. Again, different selection of nozzles here that you could be using. This is our ball valve for turning it on and off. And then here is a check valve to make sure that the sewage doesn't come back out of the hose into your boat. And this is the part right here that we're going to bring onto the boat. In order to operate most pump out systems, there's just a simple on-off switch. Some can be token operated, other ones remote where you'll need the marina to do it. Now this particular pump out system, we have an on and an off switch. This turns it on, this turns it off. Now, to start the pump out, you want to go ahead and turn on the pump. You want to let it run for 10 seconds or so. It's going to build up a vacuum. That's going to help you have a faster pump out. Once that's on and running, you go ahead and put the fitting right on your deck fitting and put down a little bit of pressure on it. That'll get a proper seal unless you have one of the screw-in fittings. Once you've built up some pressure, you can slowly open this valve. You'll be able to see in this sight class, you'll be able to see fluid coming through. As you open it all the way, now you're on full pump out. Keep some pressure down on it, and you're going to wait until your tank is fully evacuated. And you'll be able to see in the check valve as soon as there's a lot of air coming through, that's how you know your pump out's complete. At that point, you can go ahead and close off the valve slowly and remove the fitting. I would recommend flushing out your tank a little bit further. So you can go ahead and bring in some salt or fresh water into your tank below deck, and then go ahead and repeat that process again. At that point, you're going to be bringing cleaner water through and kind of flush your tank a little bit more. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and take the hose off the boat again. So we'll go ahead and remove that. Then we can bring it right back over to the hose stand. We'll coil it up just like we found it. Now, prior to doing that, if there's someone coming in right after you to do a pump out, you can leave it in that state. However, if it's going to be sitting for a while, it's good practice to flush out the hose. Some marinas will put the hose right in the water. We prefer not to do that because that does put some sewage in the ocean. Preferably there's a bucket of fresh water that you can go ahead and use. All right, with our pump out finished, we're going to go ahead and turn the pump off. Coil the hose back up. We'll leave it in good working order for the next person. All right, pump out complete. Now, during the pump out process, it's possible some effluent spilled on the deck. So you want to go ahead and disinfect that. You can just use a cloth to kind of clean that up in that area. Depending on the type of pump, it may not like to run dry. What it does, it just adds wear and tear to the pump. So be kind to your marina and kind of minimize the amount of use on the pump. If you're not actually performing a pump out, you don't want to have the pump on. Leave it in the off position.